So FOS Capital owns the FOS Lighting business, and FOS Lighting is a manufacturer, developer, engineering of commercial lighting products in Australia. And we have a large factory in Brisbane that manufactures a lot of our products. We're one of only a handful of manufacturers really left in Australia. And we specialise in the commercial end of the market. So we do a lot of office blocks, factories, warehouses, schools, hospitals, prisons. They're the types of jobs that we go after. We think there's a need for a roll-up. It's a very sort of fragmented industry, large industry, about 2.6 billion in total. And we sort of have a strong belief in still manufacturing in Australia. So we went into the industry with the view of acquiring other businesses and bolting them on and getting some synergies out of those transactions and building a much larger lighting manufacturing and distribution business. So the IPO is really to get us listed, to have access to capital to fund those acquisitions as they come along. We've now built a fully national base, so we've got offices in Sydney, Brisbane, Melbourne, Adelaide, Perth and Auckland, New Zealand. We have a big factory in Brisbane that manufactures a lot of our product, and we've got warehousing operations in Melbourne. And there's about 50 employees spread across Australia at the moment. So we do a lot of work in commercial office spaces, new builds where you design products specifically for that project. A lot of it's bespoke product. We design fittings specifically to suit a project, and we only manufacture the fittings for that particular project. So it's an on-time type delivery. So that's the sort of market that we operate in. We're able to keep out the sort of the low cost imported product because of the way we go to market. And we really have a fairly wide product range, so we're able to design lighting into a complete project from top to bottom, sort of a one-stop shop, if you like, for lighting. We probably play in an area which is about $1 billion, and we're trying to build a business of $50 to $100 million in the next few years. So the opportunity for us to go from about $15 million revenue that we are today with the 2 acquisitions that we did in the last 2 years. How do we build 15 into say 50 and 100 through a combination of organic growth that we're constantly doing by adding additional sales staff across all of our regions, adding product lines, picking up new customers. That's the organic side of growing the business, and then sort of rocket fueling that with acquisitions and finding strategic acquisitions that we can bolt on. And that's really where, that's the sort of purpose of the float, is to have funding to access and make those acquisitions. I've been in the lighting and manufacturing game for about 40 years. So I've started and owned and sold other lighting businesses similar to this one. My executive director, Michael Katsakis, he's been in the game for 25 years on the sales and marketing and technical side. Our other director, Michael Montenegro, is Hong Kong based, and we have Sandy Beard as our non-exec chairman. He was 20 years CEO of CVC Limited, knows the investment space very well, has raised funds for CVC, has proven track record in return for shareholders, and we think he's a really good fit for us to help guide us through this next phase of our growth. So the $3 million provides some working capital to organically grow the business over the next 6 to 12 months. But we decided that we would only raise any larger amount if we actually needed it on the back of a transaction, which is most likely an acquisition. So we'll go back to the market, at the appropriate time to fund that. In the meantime, we just organically run the business on the back of its existing strength of balance sheet, plus the $3 million coming in to help fund that additional organic growth. Well, the fact that we've assembled a great team of people that know how to run this business, and the ability to really fast track the growth of this business through some serious acquisitions that we intend to do over the next 2 or 3 years to really rocket fuel our $15 million revenue profitable business into a much larger $100 million plus revenue business. That's really what gets us up in the morning and gets us excited to do what we do.